Well, hey neighbors, Chit, welcome to the shed shop. Should we give up or persevere? Would you like to know why I have this shit in my hand? Well, if you're new to the channel, welcome. You should go ahead and subscribe, because this is about the craziest, shittiest luck you're ever going to see in a human being. And I'm putting it on the internet. Why? Because I guess I want people to know you think you got it bad. I know somebody's got it worse than me, but Chit, I'm pretty sure nobody's got luck worse than mine. Anyways, those of you that aren't new, if you've seen the 361, we had our mystery wrist pin clip in this one, which has destroyed both our piston on both sides. A third clip, my clips are still installed. 2 clips in here still. Amazing, right? A third clip on a motor that's been completely cleaned, ultrasonic bath, everything. All of this was cleaned, blown out, sprayed, cleaned, blown out, sprayed multiple times, and somehow a clip ended up in my motor. A third clip. It did not come out. I thought it was because I used the wrong damn install tool. I used a 10 mil instead of an 11. Couldn't get the piston out. My top end completely destroyed. And I thought, well, Chit, that really sucks. But at least I have another 361 that I'm just about finished filling the box to complete another 361 saw. This was a 361 I took down just to clean, inspect, and reassemble. And that clip showed up magically. I pulled this out. I had this nice and wrapped and fancy and everything, and sitting down like this on top of my bubble wrap and paper towels. You see that shit, neighbors? Do you see it? My piston is broken. Do you think I ever found that chunk of my piston? No, I did not. I've not found it. I have no to hell clue where it is or how the fuck that got broke. What did I do when I found that shit today? First thing after I saw Tanya, I set that on my workbench. I took a deep breath. I said, this is ridiculous. Why is this ridiculous? Because when that saw seized, not only did I have to pull a bunch of cord to have it seize, but I have all my hours of time into that saw. All my hours of time into it more. The 2 days that it's tied up my entire fucking workbench and prevented me from working in y'all shit. Sorry, neighbors. What am I supposed to do? New building's not here. One sec, Fatty Buntings is barking. How the hell are you neighbors still there after all that time? But you are. Anyways, we had a customer neighbor dropping some Chit off. He's got a 211 that won't run right. He put oil in the gas tank. I do that shit with my 192T all the time. Because the tanks are right next to each other. Anyways, moving on, neighbors. So why the hell am I sharing all that shit with you? Again, because I always say at the end of my videos, be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. This is part of my battle. I have lost 2 top ends, essentially. Well, 1.5. I've lost 2 pistons. Okay? A complete top end. My whole top end on that 361 is done, man. The clip somehow jingled around to both sides, but just, you guys might not be able to see it, but it ripped my fucking motor right apart. Just ripped my nickel plating right off. At first I thought, oh cool, it's just transfer. And then I felt one of them, and it's like, nope, it gouged it out 3 times like a claw. A velociraptor. Here's our clip that destroyed my chainsaw. All whilst my clips are installed. And now that I think about it, should we check our second one and see some Chit here? 1 clip, 2 clip. This one also has both clips. I don't even know why I still have that Chit out, because guess what? My piston's bad. Do you know what else I did? After I set this on my bench earlier, I took it and I slammed it on the ground because it's mine and I'm allowed to do that shit. Don't worry, I won't do that shit with your shit. The problem is, neighbors, here's my battle that I want to share, and then I've got to work on this damn saw because I got to get this shit off my bench, because the problem is, Rob Weaver, so sorry, neighbor, this has pushed your shit back 2 more days. I thought Euro 28 was going to be my main project after this today. I was going to cut some wood with this shit, cut some wood with the 575, work on the backpack blower if the rain stopped, which it's been in and out, and then start tearing some saws down to 026 to 028, 064. I really want to tear into some saws right now, but I can't because my bench is crowded. Okay, I got guys with Chit here that won't answer their damn phones. Okay, and I need them to make stupid decisions like, do you want to buy your own damn new bar, or do you want to buy one for me, or do you want me to go get one for you? And they don't answer their phone for weeks at a time. And that's a $200 bill that's sitting on my bench still, taking up space in my mind, frustrating the hell out of me that somebody can't have the respect enough to text me back. It don't take but 5 seconds to say, I'll get a bar. To say, I'll buy one from you. To say, just take care of it for me, I don't care. That's simple, neighbors, you know? So I have made it a policy from now on, telling my neighbors when they drop Chet off, listen, if I call you and you don't answer your phone, I give you 30 minutes. If your Chet's on my table and I've diagnosed it and I know about what it's going to be to fix your Chet, or I have a question to work on your Chet and you don't answer the phone, your Chet goes in a box and it could be 4 weeks. I'm making it a point to let people know that. If you answer your phone, you can get your stuff back a lot faster, because I am in a small space. And this new building coming so quickly, guys, I don't know what the hell to do. I thought this saw was going to help pay for that. Apparently it's not. I was damn near done getting all the other parts for that other 361. I had almost everything I needed gathered for that saw. And so I was going to have 2 361s assembled and for sale. I love how my phone flashes even though it's not plugged in when the AC does that. That's kind of fascinating. Anyways, sorry you neighbors are crooked. You're a little slanted. I don't feel like fixing it because my shoulders hurt because Tanya beat the hell out of me today. Who is Tanya, you ask? My massage therapist. Thanks, Tanya, for causing me pain. Everything except my neck and my shoulder feels amazing. And even those, though they hurt really bad, at least Chit is waking up and starting to react. Wish I could see her more. But anyways, thank you, neighbor Tanya, for beating the hell out of me today, for abusing me physically, slapping the Chit out of me. Appreciate it. Thanks. Anyways, I really do, guys. Tanya is brutal. But I told her when I met her, that's what I need. You gotta take your elbow. Pow, 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 pow. She basically does, but she does it with skills because she knows what the hell she's doing. Anyways, neighbors. And so essentially, now I also have to use my $35 piston that I cannot sell now. I have to use it in my saw. Okay? And again, all the time wasted. That's the killer. The time wasted, the money wasted, the energy wasted. Just my other projects getting pushed back. Not able to make that money because this is stuck on my bench. Not able to properly work on a blower outside because I come in and my bench is a mess because it's got saw all over it. That's what it is. But again, what the hell are we supposed to do, neighbors? So I also don't have an 11mm wrist pin tool, and with me, it's very difficult to use pliers to put these damn clips in and get them out and Chit. It's very difficult. But what are we supposed to do? I got to get this off my damn bench. And what happens if I go to do this and I can't get it done? Well, I'm going to go cut the grass. And unfortunately, I'll probably say, well, fuck it for today. Again, I keep falling more and more behind. Every day I try and push forward and push ahead. I run into shit like this that sets me 3 and 4 days back at a time. This has tied up my bench for 2.5 days now, almost 3 days. And because I got to do this shit too, now it has caused me stress and frustration and anguish as to how the fuck did my piston corner break when that's been sitting in a box. And the only thing I can think is when we lowered the workbench, that box got slammed just the right way, but then where is the piece? Why isn't it inside all the paper towels I had around that thing at the bottom and then the bubble wrap? I don't know, neighbors. Where's my piston piece? I don't know. Maybe it's hiding and waiting to seek, kill, and destroy this chainsaw somewhere inside that crankcase. Who the hell knows? I don't. But anyways, essentially, that's going to be it, neighbors. There's your update. Would you like to hang out whilst I get frustrated over the Chit and try and change it out? And I haven't decided. I never did check the squish. And so I think we'll check squish and determine if we're still going to do a base gasket delete. Because that other saw, you'll hear me say in the video when I get it up, sounded really weird, this 361 over here, when I was trying to start it, but that was probably because it had a mystery third wrist pin. It's like the third freaking arm in the middle of my chest right here, or I got a third arm coming out here. That's what my saw had, neighbors. Sorry, John Clark, that I gave you a thumbs down. That's only the second thumbs down I've ever given. But if you watch the 3-minute video, you'll see that I said a clip didn't come out. So to say it's probably the intake side, even though there's no intake or exhaust side, there's a clutch and a flywheel side clip. I'm not quite sure if you watched the 3-minute video or not, neighbor, but I love you. And sorry, I'm stressed out over this shit, honestly. And so sometimes when I'm stressed out, that's when Matthew is the asshole that people can't love. Here we go. Let's put this shit in our saw. I'm going to turn you down to the bench and let you hang out and see what the hell happens. All whilst I'm frustrated and overwhelmed and don't want to record. Why, neighbors? Because we have to persevere. And I'll keep persevering, I guess. I don't know what the hell else to do. Maybe I keep persevering until I quit. I don't know. But for now, let's put the shit in the saw. Let's get to work, damn it. Oh, shit. Hey, neighbors. Sorry, I didn't turn. Is that better? Here's our saw, neighbors. Here's our saw with its devastation from the wrist pin. Magical third wrist pin. Again, here's my third arm, neighbors. Here's my MS361 third arm. So now, basically what we've got to do, we've got to get these clips that are still in here out, neighbors. Well, we really only got to remove one. And again, I installed these. If you watch the video, I'll try to make the end card, the install of this. You can watch it and see that I was using a 10mm specialty tool from Stihl, but these are 11mm. And so I noticed something weren't quite right, but I didn't know the statistics, the specs of the 361 off the top of my head to know that it was an 11mm, not a 10mm wrist pin. I don't run into a lot of 11mm wrist pins, I guess. Essentially, I'm just trying to push my wrist pin out. I'm just going to grab it with pliers. This is all scrap metal now, so it doesn't really matter what we do to it. It was kind of tight in there. Yeah, it's the piston itself, though, not my wrist pin. There's our damage, neighbors. Okay, there's the other side. Completely destroyed. 100%. Okay, imagine if somebody really wanted to reuse that, they probably could. The interesting thing is, here's our new one. Okay, I was just looking to see if it was windowed like this one. This is version B Meteor offers. Okay, there we go. There's our $40 bill. That's garbage. And there we go. There's our $200 bill total. That's garbage. Guys, that's literally scrap metal. So essentially, I just want to check squish real quick and see if we can do a base gasket delete on this. Basically, the workbench is quite a mess right now because it's got 361 Nightmare all over it. This is what my nightmares are made of. It's supposed to be a fun hobby I started just to help make ends meet, and now it's my prison and my nightmare, the shit shop, neighbors. That's where we're at right now today. Might not feel that way in 10 minutes, but today, right now, at this moment, that's how I feel. It's unfortunate because, like I said, there was nothing wrong with these damn nothing wrong with these top ends or pistons. Just had a magical wrist pin show up out of nowhere. Okay, there's that. Now the hard part, for me anyways, I'm looking for my regular needle nose and I don't see them. There they are. I did say I'd eventually show you guys how to do this without a specialty tool. So I guess there's a time for everything, and right now the time is to watch me struggle. I just basically grab them at one side and I will just kind of, well, I should have done one off of the saw, This one's going to be easier to grab from this side, I think. And essentially, I'm just going to start that part in. And you got this little notch out here, and that's where I like to try and land my needle nose if I can. And I really don't like doing it this way. It is hard for me. You got to get that all, the wrist pin is in the way. Choo! It went sliding quick. Goodness. Okay. This really is hard for me. You guys can laugh if you want. It's okay. I don't mind. And I'm just kind of closing it into a circle whilst holding that from popping out. Okay. It feels like it didn't stay. It didn't. Damn it. Okay, now that I've got it most of the way in, I'll push that side in. It doesn't want to go in. Come on, baby. Just going to use this tool as a drift here to try and get this clip in all the way proper. Okay, we're almost there. It's just I need smaller needle nose. It's essentially catching on our little groove here. So we'll get it the rest of the way in there. There we go. And then we've got to turn it. We don't want our opening of our clip in our little opening there. So we got to turn it and have our opening basically down. Make sure that's all the way in our groove, all the way around. It appears that it is. Go ahead and turn this around and do our other side. And then I don't know, let's see, yes, Meteor does offer the opening on this side as well. I don't think the OEM one has it on both sides. So essentially, once again, start that in there above where your circle is. You're gonna kind of guesstimate where you're gonna land your pliers at, and then just start turning that. Whoops. Oh, shit. That's what I said. I don't like doing it this way, neighbors, at all. But anybody that starts building saws, this is how they start out doing it, pretty much. I don't have it close enough to the end. The hard part is that my hands don't turn, my wrist and shoulders don't turn the way yours would, neighbors. Okay, get that started. Ah, damn. This one doesn't want to be as nice. Oh, man. That is another way I've seen people do it, actually, is they'll put their opening in first and then push it. I've always struggled that way, but now that our opening's in, I might be able to push it in now. I'm going to try anyways. Okay, there we go. And then again, you can see there, you can see that opening is in that groove. We don't want that, okay? We want it over here. Okay, so I'll just turn that little by little. It is a little bit difficult to get past the opening here, but once you do, it's not as bad. And we're past. Once we're past, you can sometimes use a pick or a screwdriver and push on the other side of the opening of the clip to turn it. Okay, and then again, making sure we're all the way in our groove, all the way around, so we don't suffer the same fate our other saw did. It appears that we are. Verify our other side. I mean, boy, the slightest bit off on this thing and you destroy your motor. That thing drops way down in. Goodness, and it's grooved out. I didn't even notice that. I wonder if we can do a base gasket delete on this. Let's find out, neighbors. Should we see what our squish will be? We have to change our decom valve out. We have to clean our motor. Oh goodness, you guys are still zoomed in. Damn. Our motor's filthy, vile, and disgusting inside. We got to clean all that out. See? Dirty. We have to change our decom valve to our Pharmatech that we had on our other saw. That's brand new. Okay. And then that should be it. We're gonna leave our rings off to check our squish. Okay. Essentially, just put our top end on. While we still reel over the fact that we have to put a meteor piston in this and take our other top end. But what are you gonna do, neighbors? Okay, I see 3 of my cylinder bolts. Where's my 4th one? Oh, Chet. Ruh-roh, Reggie. Are you stuck in here still? You are, neighbor. There you are. Here we go. We only need 2 right now. So, 1 and 2. Okay, get our drill here. Okay, and then we'll take our soldering wire here, cut our end off because we've already used that, so we need it flat again, or I mean fresh again. Go inside of our spark plug port here. Uh-oh. Yep, see, we cannot do a base gasket delete on this, neighbors. It's a little shocking, because I did it on the other one and I had space still. Okay, so that leads me to wonder. I just want to verify a couple of things here. I mean, I wouldn't think this base gasket, it's not that thick. I wouldn't think that's gonna allow us. I'm sitting here looking at this piston. Okay. They appear to be the same length, height. Alright, let's try this again then. That's why you don't tell your neighbors, I'm sorry, I'm not checking squish on your saw when I do a base gasket delete, even though I'm not super familiar with this saw. Like I did, neighbors. Maybe that's the lesson. Maybe that's the consequence I get. 2 blown up saws. Just trying to get my base gasket lined up. unfortunately, my base gasket doesn't want to fit the saw that it's made for. Kind of funny. It's the bolt pattern's way off. Okay, usually the tab goes in the back. I'll be damned. I had it backwards, neighbors. Oh well, shit happens. Y'all still want me to work on your chit? Told you I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all don't believe me. Yeah, that is a tight combustion chamber. Neighbors, we are not doing a base gasket delete on this one. I don't know how it was fine with the other one. I did not check squish, but it definitely did not bottom out on our combustion chamber like that. So, we'll ring this bad boy up. Get some gasket sealant on this gasket. And, well, we'll clean this surface off first because we've got the old Permatex on it. And we need somebody to check for that. Okay. Do neighbors think because I can't pull cord, I should back out of this business and accept the reality of defeat? That I'm disabled and I'm constantly in miserable pain and probably can't do this? Or do you think I'm right saying I'm already too deep, I should keep going, I have to keep going, I don't have a choice but to keep going? Y'all neighbors, tell me what you think. Because that's kind of where I'm at. Am I supposed to accept the reality of defeat, or do I keep persevering? Saying I have no choice now. I didn't think I was going to have this kind of pain that I've been having. But it is what it is. I feel like I just have no choice now. I've invested a lot. I'm too deep. Y'all neighbors need me. Just kidding. Haha. I need you. Just kidding. Haha. Or am I? Haha. Okay, let's clean all that out with the air compressor. I'll pause you, neighbors. Okay, that's all cleaned up. I was just thinking I have a 211 part saw somewhere, and since we've changed the workshop around, I cannot find it, and now that I need it, it's nowhere in sight. Alright, let's get our new cable rings on. I really wish I had a 24-inch bar for the 575 that I've got to cut wood with. I'm going to run it with a 20, but I'd like to see what it does with a 24. I'm actually going to end up putting a 32 on it after we port the muffler. See what it does. See if it can pull it. There's that one. And then the other thing about having to do all this is now this saw has to go through this extensive break-in process instead of just being a saw that gets fired right up, put to wood, tested, verified that it works, and sold. I don't get to do that now. But essentially, it is what it is. My gasket has gotten dirty. I've got to clean it. A lot of people don't use gasket sealant with metal gaskets, and I'm only using it on the one side, and the reason I'm using it is it's essentially glue for me. I don't know if they say to use it on metal gaskets or not. I know on paper gaskets you're supposed to use it. Well, it says if available in the manual, but this, like I said, is really to help my gasket stay in place for me. That should work. Whoa, got a gasket maker or gasket sealant on my stuff. Okay, once I get this top end on, guys, I will have to go, because would you like to know why? Because I have to go take a shit, not a chit. I have to take a shit. Chit is my word. Chit, C-H-I-T. Chit, it just means, oh, chit, neighbors. That's all it means. Oh, I have to go now, neighbors. You know why? Because I've not cleaned my bowl. So that's gonna be it. Remember, listen, I'm sharing my messy life, my messy shop, and everything else with you guys, because I mean, this is astronomically unlikely stuff that could happen, and I don't want to. I want to say screw it and give up on everything, but that doesn't help nobody. Neighbors like Rob Weaver that bought shit from me, and Adam Hayes, subscriber neighbors. That's just a couple. You know, essentially, me giving up is in a way disrespectful. We can use that word. It's not considerate. It's inconsiderate. It's not loving my neighbor. Am I on the right path? I don't know. Is this what I'm supposed to do? I don't know. But for now, all I can do is keep trying to persevere. So remember, this is my battle. Be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. We don't understand each other's battles, even if we can relate, because we're all individual and unique. Okay, so I love all 8 billion of you, damn it. Even though I suck at it, I'm gonna keep trying. Let's keep persevering, damn it.